Solve systems of equations using substitution. Lesson 10 worksheet. Question number 6. The only variable term that would require one step to solve for is this x term. However, if I divide everything by -2, I'm going to end up with fractions, and we don't want fractions. So, in other words, I'm going to solve for this y. It is going to take me 2 steps, but at least I won't have fractions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 7 to both sides. So that allows me to cancel the 7s. And to save space, I'm going to write over more to the left. So I'm going to have -1y equals -2x plus 7. And now I still need to isolate the variable, so the best thing to do would be to divide both sides by -1. And we divide everything by -1. So the y will become positive, the -2x will become positive 2x, and the positive 7 will be -7. Now what we just did there was we solved for the bottom y. We solved for the bottom y, so now I'm going to take that and I'm going to substitute it into the top y. I solved for the bottom y, now we're going to substitute it in for the top y, and it's going to look like this. 5x minus 7 times the quantity 2x minus 7 equals 31. Now, I'm not helping you anymore on this problem. The only thing I'm going to tell you is this is a problem that you'll have x and y. So after you solve for the x term here, after you solve for x, you'll plug it into this equation here. So you need to solve over here first. Got to do this first, and then you'll plug it into this equation here. So again, this one you are completely on your own, but all the steps are the same. Do the distributive property, combine like terms, variable steps to one side, constant terms to the other side, and then divide to figure out what x will be. And once you know what x is, you'll substitute it in for this x. So you'll have y equals 2 parentheses minus 7. And again, that's all the farther I'm helping you with number 6. Number 7. The easiest term to solve for is the top y. The inverse of -6 would be to add 6 both sides. The x, or the 6x is on the left, will cancel. And I'm going to have y equals, bring down the 6x, bring down the positive 22. So the 6x plus 22 will sub in for the y. And will look like this. So where the y is, I'm going to replace it with 6x plus 22. Pause your video, get all of that written down. Okay, step 1, the distributive property. Four times 6 would give me 24x. 4 times 22 would be positive 88. Bring down the 17, bring down the -11x. Next step, combine like terms. All right. Sorry guys. Back it up a second. I've got to put the x on the 24 here. So that should be 24x there. All right, so bring down the 24x. +17 would give me 105. And I'd have negative 11x on the right. Okay, so now I need to get my variable terms to one side and my constant terms to the other side. But this one you got to be careful. You want to find the variable term or the constant term where there's only one of them. And there's only one constant term. And that one constant term's on the left, so it's going to stay on the left. So what we need to do is take the variable term, 24x, to the other side. Since it's positive 24, I'm going to subtract 24x from both sides. Your x terms on the left will cancel. I have 105 equals negative 35. That would be negative 11 minus 24. All right, last step is to isolate the variable. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 35. All right, your negative 35s will cancel. 105 divided by negative 35 is negative 3. So we have that x equals negative 3. Okay. Since we got the variable x equals a number, that means this is going to be a one solution problem. So I need to take this variable term x equals 6x plus 22 and rewrite it. And wherever you see a variable, that's where you put the parentheses. So it would be y equals 6 parentheses plus 22. And I'm going to take this negative 3 and plug it in for the x. All right, so put all of that into your calculator at once. 6 times negative 3 plus 22. If you did that, you would get negative 18 plus 22, which is 4. So my final answer to number 7 is x equals negative 3, y equals 4. And that is it for number 7. If you have any questions on 6 or 7, please let me know. Remember 6, you're completing it completely by yourself. Start with the big equation, solve for x, substitute in the other equation. If you have any questions, please let me know.